Famcast Media, bitch.
Well, this is a rather disgusting story. Good evening, demons and demonesses. This is Kwame Wahkan here, and tonight I want to talk to you guys about Vince McMahon. Now, for those that are into wrestling, we also have another podcast, part of the Famcast Media family, called Hit the Marks. It's a wrestling podcast. If you guys haven't checked out any of their episodes, I'll post a link right down here in the description. But this is a very disgusting story involving Vince McMahon. Yes, that Vince McMahon. It's not something like didn't I just do a video on a guy named, it's fucking CJ McMahon. Ain't that something? CJ McMahon now with Vince McMahon. Now, apparently he's been involved in some very, disturbing allegations. So, I'm gonna take some time, read the article to you guys. New lawsuit details horrific sex trafficking allegations with Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon has been accused of sex trafficking in a disturbing lawsuit by a former WWE employee. As summarized in the Wall Street Journal, former WWE employee Janelle Grant has accused Vince McMahon of sex trafficking in a lawsuit that also references former employee and a current wrestler. As noted in the lawsuit, Grant began working for the company in 2019 as an administrator coordinator in the legal department, which was created by McMahon. It was stated that Grant felt that the position was unearned, but McMahon's response was, "It just has to look legit." Prior to being employed by the company, Grant, who was looking for a job after her parents passed away, was introduced to McMahon as he had a penthouse in Grant's apartment complex. McMahon would frequently greet Grant in his underwear and ask her for hugs, later being pressured into sexual activity for the aforementioned employment. The lawsuit outlines the graphic nature of the lawsuit against McMahon, including sexual assault and inappropriate messages. One instance accuses McMahon of locking Grant in his private locker room and forcing himself on her over a massage table. Additionally, McMahon and another executive took turns sexually assaulting the employee while others were still working. A disturbing message from McMahon to Grant is in the filing stating, "I'm the only one who owns you and controls who I want to fuck you." McMahon had also had sexually explicit photos of Grant that he sent to other employees, executives, stars, and would also direct Grant to have sex with them. McMahon's horrific demands would continue, including forcibly using sex toys named after WWE wrestlers on Grant that caused bruising and bleeding. Additionally, McMahon has also been accused of defecating on Grant's head during a threesome. The lawsuit also names John Laurinaitis, who was recruited by McMahon to have sex with Grant. Furthermore, the lawsuit states that McMahon and Laurinaitis forced themselves on her and took turns restraining her for the others while saying "no" means yes and "take it, bitch." Laurinaitis left the company in 2022. WWE talent named in Vince McMahon lawsuit. In July of 2021, McMahon ordered Grant to produce sexual content for a WWE superstar they were trying to re-sign. The superstar has been identified as a UFC fighter and WWE talent. The lawsuit states that McMahon shared the content with the wrestler and that he likes what he sees. When the wrestler signed a new deal in August 2021, McMahon informed Grant that part of the deal was fucking you. In 2022, Grant signed an NDA in which McMahon would have agreed to pay $3 million. The lawsuit alleges that McMahon made no further payments after the original $1 million settlement. McMahon forced Grant to sign the NDA as Linda McMahon had become aware of their relationship Despite the NDA being signed, McMahon would continue to sexually abuse Grant and force her to have oral sex with him the last time they met. McMahon also attempted to traffic Grant to the WWE star in March of 2022 and forced Grant to continue to send explicit photos. The suit is seeking to void the agreement and for financial damages, which the amount is unspecified. This is the latest in allegations about Vince McMahon that began back in 2022 when it was reported that WWE chairman paid $12 million in hush money to 4 women. McMahon would retire from the company amidst the allegations in July 2022 before returning in early 2023. Now, from this report right here, and after all this shit that I've read, it sounds like Vince McMahon hasn't learned his lesson. Like I said, he was accused of this well over 2 years ago, and now, surprise, surprise, well, surprise to nobody, I should say, he does the same shit again. I mean, that's the thing about, all of these rich millionaires, and that's the thing, it doesn't just stop at Jeffrey Epstein. I think a lot of these rich millionaires and billionaires are doing some shady and disgusting shit. I mean, we all saw the reaction that Bill Gates had when he was questioned about his connections with Jeffrey Epstein. So, like I said, this really doesn't surprise me at all, not one bit. And to be honest with you, I don't think it's going to end here. I think there's been other women out there that Vince McMahon has probably laid his hands on, probably took photos of, probably, violated in ways that, I can't even imagine. And I feel sorry for those women. I think those women deserve justice. Women, men, whoever the hell he did this to. Because like I said, these are just the victims that we know about. There's probably a lot more out there. There's probably a lot more that are staying silent because they're afraid they might get, attacked, or they're afraid that, Vince McMahon might retaliate against them. Maybe he might have extorted or blackmailed some of these victims. So we will never know. But hopefully, this lawsuit is successful, and hopefully Vince McMahon is held accountable for his actions, because this is wrong. This is something that no one should have to go through. It's not now, not ever. And, based on, the things that have happened recently, when, other rich and successful people were, accused of sex trafficking, a lot of the times we don't really see much come of it, because the money and the power and the influence, they were able to basically just buy their way out of that situation. And I really hope that this doesn't happen for Vince McMahon. I hope he does, see his day in court. He does, get to stand in front of a judge, and he does get punished for this. I mean, he got away with it in 2022, got away with it in part of 2023. So let's hope 2024, and hopefully in 2024 we get to see Vince McMahon in an orange jumpsuit, or maybe some black and white stripes. Now, thankfully, Janelle Grant saved all of their messages, and believe me, there's probably a lot more dirtier messages that Vince McMahon had probably sent. So we'll have to wait till those get released. But from what it reads in these messages, it does not look good for Vince McMahon. And I mean, and then apparently, you have, he has a scat fetish or something like that. He defecated on someone. Just some truly disgusting shit. So this really just changed my opinion on Vince McMahon. I remember, watching WrestleMania, and you see Vince McMahon in the wrestling ring, and Donald Trump, he has the clippers and he's shaving his hair and whatnot. But it's crazy what those two have gotten into, both Trump and McMahon. But that's pretty much all I have to say about this. If you guys have anything to add, just let me know in the comments. Just got off of work and I am tired. About to, take a few puffs and take myself a little nap. Alright, you guys, you stay safe, stay metal, hail Satan, and I'll catch you guys later. Oh, my daughter wants to say hi. Say hi to everybody. They can see you.